Hello YouTube, this tier list has been recorded at my Twitch at twitch.tv/trashjunkies, you can see them on the side there, but today we're just going to be talking about the Season 15 tier list. So, I'm not really sure how I'm going to go about with this. I think I'm just going to grab characters as I see them fit and go for it, and I feel like the best is start off with Yellow Deku, and I think this guy is a solid A tier. There's not really much about him that like stands out, but his alpha still hits really hard. I say the main thing like that stops this guy from being any better is his lack of mobility, especially on his gamma. The gamma can be used for very good like TOD combos. It's decent mobility, it's just that he's a bit expensive, but with a couple tunings like card duplication, you can kind of counter that worry. But I think overall, since he just hasn't had changes in such a long time, he's not really, you know, being picked that much. He's not the most interesting character as well. He's your very basic bread and butter character, but he's pretty solid. I feel like Assault Deku you shouldn't really sleep on if you see him there, because he's still got the snipe shot that can do a lot of damage. His alpha in general, like with tuning as well, can do like 80 to 90 damage. He's a bit of a damage monster when it comes to it. Beta's alright. It's good armor burst move if someone gets a bit too close, and then Gamma, again, it's a bit of a pain that you have to get it to level 9 to get the 2, but I feel like overall it's fine. Do you know what? We'll do the 3 Dekus first. Red Deku is also going in A tier. I definitely think he's better than Assault, but like he's kind of in the same boat of that he just hasn't really had changes for a while, that not many people are playing him because, you know, there's nothing new or interesting or exciting about him. And like, I don't know how to put it. He's still got solid damage output. The beta they do need to fix, though. They need to make it go straight down again because it travels forward, and I've seen a lot of people miss stuff like that. But like his gamma's good for defense when it's like locking down a building. His alpha still basically 2 taps guards. It leaves your guard very low if he hits all of it. Decent mobility. The nerf to 300 HP, yeah, that did affect him quite a bit, especially in this meta where everyone's kind of just exploding. And overall, I feel like, again, like, you can kind of pick either one of these and do well as long as you're hitting your shots. I feel like there's not really much difference between these two now in terms of power, which is good for a skill set and a vanilla character. But that's all I've really got to say about Full Bullet Deku, just another solid character. And our first S tier is going to go to Blue Deku. He has definitely been picked less this season, but he's still broken. He's still got one of the best alphas in the game. He's still got a very good gamma. His beta's pretty good as well. The melee is still basically the exact same. The only thing they got rid of was the infinite, which is kind of silly that you even had one to begin with. And I guess losing your gamma gauge when you're healing is a little bit bad as well. But again, he can kind of just snap onto you with a gamma dash in the air into a melee, so he can just delete you. Well, I say delete you, but the melee having very little knockdown value is very good for team play as well. I don't think people realize this enough. People mostly talk about how annoying like getting punched by Blue Deku is, but if he has a coordinated team and he's punching someone, they can just beam that person to death. Like, that person will just die no matter their health because of how long the hit stun is on the melee and how little knockdown value. And with him, I feel like he needs more nerfs, mostly to his alpha at this point. I would nerf his alpha because that is a, like, on the ground, it's pretty good in the air, it's fast, it doesn't do a huge amount of damage, but it's fast and you can hit a couple of them on one person before they actually start to realize. But the grounded one, it does like 100 damage. He's armored when he does it. It's very fast. It's a pretty big projectile as well, and it beats all armored moves in the game. Like, there's no point in challenging Blue Deku when he's using grounded alpha, and it's really hard if he knocks you down in the air as well, because it's a hard knockdown every time. And if he catches you in the air with it, it's really hard to get away from him after that point. And again, that's not even considering his beta, you know, the quintuple smash that lets him go sky high so you can barely hit him, and that does like 200 damage as well on landing. The gamma auto tracking, that also does a lot of damage. If he does that in the air as well, he can land multiple alphas before you hit the ground. So he is still quite the powerhouse by himself, and is definitely in need of a couple more nerfs. Red Bakugo. He's also going to go in A tier. I'm going to put him... Oh, am I going to have to do this? Okay. I'm going to put him above Assault Deku, and it's mostly because of the second Gamma buff and the 350 HP as well. So it's made him survive a lot more. His grenades into Gamma just delete guard. Like, there's no point in leveling up his Alpha anymore. Most people go for Beta Gamma just because of how high his burst damage is. And it's kind of weird that this guy gets his second Gamma at level 4 while this one gets his at level 9. So I feel like him being a cheaper character overall does make him better in that sense. You haven't got to worry about as many level ups. The hitbox on the Gamma is also incredibly whack. You could be miles behind him, but you would still take the full damage of it. Bakugo, again, he's kind of more of just like a all-rounded character. Yeah, his grenades and Gamma are a bit stupid in the damage department, but he kind of needs it to keep up in the current meta. And overall, you know, decent mobility with his special action. Again, a couple tunings like the special action reload could make him quite hard to catch after he gets it down, which isn't common for him with the high burst damage that he has possible. So, again, haven't really got much to say about him, but he is a very solid character overall. And next up is Rapid Bakugo. This guy is going to go all the way to the top of A tier here. I don't think he's S tier anymore, as I once put him... What the hell is going on with this? Why is it doing this? Okay, there we go. But this guy is still very strong. I just think with the whole AoE, hit stuns, characters that just deal a shit ton of damage just kind of fuck him up when they get that opportunity. 250 HP is quite the detriment in this game. Sorry. And I feel like that the characters that are above him just melt him. That's kind of his issue. Like, he's strong here. Like, he could fuck up all of these characters and everyone down below, but I feel like up here, all of them fuck him up. And that's where he's kind of fallen off a little bit. I still think he's very strong. You can still play him with perfect execution. Space Hop, Spiraling Leap on Bakugo, or Space Hop Willpower, you know, like very common pairings to have on him. Makes him a lot stronger, especially being able to get to very good heights very quickly, which just lets him dominate all the grounded characters. It's just up above, since they all do so much damage, they do just burst this guy down. It's kind of crazy. Next up is Ochaco on this, so I'm going to put her in S tier, and I, honest to God, think she's better than Blue Deku still. I thought she was better than Blue Deku even when he was at his peak with the infinite melee. I just think Rapid Ochaco is cracked. 300 HP, insane mobility, still got a really good combo game despite the nerfs. She still breaks your guard and does a good amount of damage. The main thing at this point is clearly shown that the knockdown value wasn't enough to stop her insane burst damage. I can't believe she used to be able to do more damage thinking about it. But it mostly comes into the alpha. Yes, she's using a lot of resources to combo you, but the whole thing with her alpha, like, it does like, what, 80 damage or something at level 9? That's ridiculous. She can do like a gamma, alpha, alpha, beta, gamma, I think. And it just destroys you. You actually get murked by this character every time you get hit by the Gamma. Gamma hitbox is still incredibly janky. Car hitbox still incredibly generous to her as well to stun you in place. I know it's only 2 cars till you get knocked down as well. But if I'm going to be honest, that isn't too bad for her. Knocking someone down with a character with insane mobility as her is not really that bad when you think about it. She can use an alpha to close the distance and then just keep spinning the car at you, you know? That's kind of her whole thing. Like, she wants to either knock you down to close the distance and hit you with car, or she wants to combo you from a million miles away and knock you down and finish you off with the car. So I feel like any type of situation for her when she hits you is just a win for her. She doesn't really have to, you know, think about much more. If she hits you with a beta, she's going to hit you with another one, knock you down, keep hitting you. You know, if she gets you with gamma from afar, she's going to break your guard and chase after you because she's got the mobility to do it. The special action change as well just lets her be in float more often and lets her float her teammates more often as well. So, you know, she's still living large. So, nerf Ochaco. Assault Ochaco. Where do I want to put you? I, honest to God, think you are S tier as well. Not super S tier. I think she's worse than these two. But her damage output, and again, her survivability on top of having 350 HP, and the assault passive where you take less damage, I feel like it just gives her that edge in the meta. Like, with these characters here, they do good damage output, but they can't really run away the best, per se. Maybe this guy can, which is why he's at the top of A tier. But I don't know, man. I still feel like Assault Ochaco just has so much going for her. She can build a platform to get even higher up. Her alpha still does like 130, 140 per projectile. But there's just so much that goes into that alpha, you know. It hits you back far, it does a good amount of damage. She can catch you with 2 gammas that she has. I know she can use like both charges for the platform. The beta is still very good for running away. The nerf did hurt her a little bit in terms of her ability to run away, and you can interrupt her beta. I just think her raw damage output is so strong that most of the time when she gets in a fight, even if she does take a bit of damage, she's probably coming out on top if you're trading, depending on who she's fighting. I feel like down here, if she hits an alpha against like this guy and he hits 2 alphas, she's probably going to be able to run away regardless. Again, because of the knockback, so it does launch people pretty far. A held alpha launches you even further, and late game that can basically be death, depending on how small the ring is and how far you get sent out. I'd take her to 300 HP. I don't think a character this small should have 350. Take her to 300, take her to 250. That would be my ideal nerfs for her at this point. Ida. Oh man, you have had it rough these last couple seasons, haven't you? You are B tier, my friend. I feel like in the right hands, he can be really annoying, but Ida at the minute, to me anyway, from what I've seen and fought against him, his risk is too damn high for the reward that he gets. A beta is quite easily rolled. Like, most of his moves are easily rolled to start off. Like, alpha and beta is very simple to roll. You look at the ground and you roll. And with the amount of AoE in this game, if he accidentally commits to a beta and then just like a bunch of AoE moves spawn in, he's probably going to explode. The gamma buff was nice to him. He's still got really good movement in that regard. But sorry again, but I feel overall, if he's not in a 1v1, he's not really doing much in that sense. He needs to like catch someone off guard to get his damage. And even then, it's just not the best for him because he uses 2 alphas and a beta per se. Tuning works really well with him. Lots of melee tunings work well with him. But I feel he's fallen off a lot just because of how bad his trade game is. It's a very bad trade game. So I haven't really got much to say. I just haven't really got much to say about him. He's just a character that's kind of suffered with all of the additions that have gone on and hasn't really been given anything to combat it. The gamma buffs they keep giving him are nice for his movement, but he needs something to like his alpha or his beta to make him compete again. Todoroki, alright, you are going in S tier, my friend. I definitely think you're better than Assault Ochaco. Do I think you're better than Blue Deku? Oh, whoops. I don't know how this thing works. This is really confusing. I'll leave him here for now, but he low-key could be better than Blue Deku right now. This character's broken. 350 HP, insane damage output. The beta deletes you. Gamma freezes you. You know, his alpha hits really hard as well. He's a character that, like, surprisingly doesn't suffer from the overall knockdown thing, because he can hit you with Gamma and then do, what, like 3 alpha shots after? Let alone Gamma does about 160 damage. I'm going with this at max level. And then about 3 alphas will take you down to half health. God forbid that you get frozen up close, because then he'll hit you with a beta alpha, and you are most likely dead in that scenario. Gamma's got an incredibly short cooldown, and his mobility is pretty good. And I feel like the main weakness is obviously, like, he struggles to get on top of buildings. Slap wall runner, slap space hop on this guy, and that issue is relatively solved for you. So this guy, he's just a burst damage monster. Loki, the original favorite to Biking, because it took them ages to nerf him when they actually made him bad, when they made him like C tier, and now he's all the way back up here. I feel like 350 HP is a bit much for him. Either that, or I would say increase the knockdown value on his alpha, because he gets way too much damage off of a single gamma. The beta, I will probably decrease the damage on as well, because like it does like 200 and something. But I don't know, maybe I'm going overboard with the nerfs on him. Still got the best special action in the game, though, with his special action of Intimidation. Scares everybody off instantly, and it does quite a bit of damage if you stand in it for like 20 seconds. So that's also why he's in S tier. Oh, technical Todoroki. I don't know where to put this guy. I want to put him in B tier for now. And the strange thing about this guy's, like, history is he's definitely the most nerfed skill set. I don't think this guy's received buffs besides the beginning of when he came out. And then after that, he just got nerfed and nerfed and nerfed and nerfed and nerfed and nerfed. He's really good at locking down a building. How much health does this guy have? Is he 300 or 350? I think he's 300, right? He got taken down to... Or has he always been 300? I can't remember if he had 350 at one point and got taken down to 300, but... This guy always... Like, he's really good in a building, much like other characters. I just feel he's not really that strong anymore, that alpha nerf. Like, he's got a very generous size in the projectile. And yeah, I do agree. On the right map, he can pop off. I feel like UA High is really good for him because there's so many buildings to hide inside. He is picked a lot in competitive play. I have seen that loads of people do pick him in tournaments and stuff, just purely based on the survival factor if you get inside a building. I just think, like, he's pretty hard to get his game plan off now. I'm not sure if I should put him in A tier or B tier, but, like, he's up there in B tier. I wouldn't say he's, like, really bad, but in the open, like, you just roll. If he's against any character that can get above him in the open, he kind of just loses because the Gamma can't deflect all damage. The Alpha can't freeze people unless if they get close, you know? Like, I just feel like he's very, like, exposed whenever he does actually get caught. Like, Wall Runner and stuff can help him out, but I feel, you know, he's very map dependent now more than anything. Sorry, I had to cough again. Froppy. She's going in A tier. Do I think she's stronger than all of these characters? Yes, I do. How do I do this again? No, wait, I'm doing this wrong. There we go. I think Froppy is incredibly stupid at the minute. I hate this damn frog. She's one of those characters. She's kind of been the same as Rapid Ochaco. You know, she was a bit weak. You know, well, I say weak. You know, she was in a fine spot. You know, like B tier. All of that, and you know, they sprinkle a small buff onto her, and then they sprinkle another one, then they add a big one, like the 3 alphas that she gets on spawn now. She still does incredibly good damage. She's got an incredibly good chase game. With the inertia, I didn't even mention this with Ochaco and some other characters that have got good air mobility, but like, the inertia changes for these two have made them so damn hard to catch now. It is very difficult to... 1, run away from this character, and 2, even keep up with her because of how often she can change her direction in the air. Her self-res is... Sorry, not the self-res. Her res as well, being on a 40-second cooldown special action reload. It's basically like 20 seconds, or probably even quicker than that. I don't even know how much quicker it increases the reload. It's just stupid regardless. She's basically a support that can deal the damage of a rapid, which is basically the damage of a strike now because rolls don't really matter anymore, but she is very strong at the minute. Very strong. I feel like she's underrated. She could even be S tier. I mean, I feel like if I've got her here, she could also be there. Is Froppy S tier? I feel like she actually is, the more I think about it. Do you know what? I'll put her in S tier for now, actually. Froppy is really strong. She's really strong. I say the main thing about her that, like, she's very bad in 1v3s, but who isn't? Who isn't really bad in 1v3s. And I guess you can try and catch her off guard when she uses her beta combo, but again, like, with the mobility that she's got attached to her now with the inertia changes, she is pretty damn good. So yeah, I think putting Froppy in S tier isn't actually that... I don't know. Or actually, I'll put her in top of A tier. She'll go top of A tier. How do I... I'll put her in top of A tier. I'm not fully convinced yet. Maybe not, but top of A tier for Froppy. Oh my god, now this is just messed up. I don't like this. I don't like how this goes about. Oh, do you know what? Fuck it. I'll arrange it in it. No, actually, no, because now it's bugging me. There we go. Oh. Assault Kirishima. Terrible character. Terrible character. This character sucks. I'll leave him in D tier for now. I truly don't think anyone is, like, D tier in this game, but Assault Kirishima is bad. He's got no mobility. He's very slow. All of his moves are very predictable as well. You can kind of, like, if you see a Kirishima coming from a mile away, you probably know what he's going to go for. Gamma's probably the best thing about him because it's very hard to roll, does huge damage. His special action buff was nice for him, but it also buffed his strike counterpart, which made the gap between them even greater. Wall Runner and a couple other things can, like, help him out. But overall, I think this guy is just kind of cheeks. Like, he just desperately needs help. And the thing is, I don't even know what they could do for it. Like, the best I could think of is that they make his moves faster. But I don't know if that would be too much. His alpha is incredibly inconsistent at hitting people. It's very easy to run away from Kirishima as well. And the thing I've always said with Assault Kirishima is he's very good at third-partying. And if you get the jump on someone, you're going to get big damage on them, but you're not really going to get much more than that unless if people forget how to play against him and just press buttons on Wake Up. Because if you just wait out your iframes, you can pretty much get away from this character, whether you got hit by a 220 plus Gamma or 160 Beta, you know, like, it doesn't really matter if he gets those hits when it's so easy to run away from him. And I feel like even tuning doesn't really help him out that much as well. Wall Runner can help his chase game out a bit more and catch people by surprise for an extra hit, but overall he is a third-party monster right now. And speaking of Strike Kirishima, this character is the best in the game, in my opinion. He has not been touched since he came out. Oh my god, I keep doing this horribly wrong. I did that very awkward. Not been nerfed since he's come out. I think he's the best in the game still. He's got insane mobility. He's got a great combo game. He's got great damage game. He's got a great defense game. His rock move being as strong as it is, the hitbox for it, whether it's completely stationary, if you touch that, you're taking the full damage for it. It can randomly hit you because of how it just bounces around everywhere. The alpha stuns you in place, you know, the beta blocks everything in the game and doesn't lose any meter when he blocks damage. It can also be, like, it can use more, it can be held longer for more damage. He's just got it all. This character genuinely has everything. The only thing that I would say that's weak about him is that he's got 300 HP in a very explosive game. But he's gone a year, essentially, with no nerfs, which is insanity to me. I don't know if they forgot about him, but because, like, this one's been down here for ages and this one's been up here since launch. So I don't really know what's going on with this guy. He's just crazy. He just does everything. Like, I don't really feel like there's much more I need to explain for him. If you've seen a good Red Kirishima player, you know that you're going to take a shit ton of damage from him, and you're probably never going to catch him as well. No matter the character you're playing in this scenario. Momo. I'm going to put Momo in B tier. Very low B tier, though. Sorry. I feel like this character, overall, she's strong, but it's very difficult for her to get to that stage. I feel like once you get set up, once you get your alpha, your cannons, and, you know, you can find a building to bunker down in, she's really hard to deal with. Whether you get her teammates or not doesn't really matter, because if she gets out by some miracle, you know she's going to have a res card and bring them back relatively quick, and the whole scenario just happens again. She's probably the hardest character to break through when it comes to locking down a building. Momo's very scary. Very scary to deal with late game. Early game, though, this character's kind of shit. She's very shit. She's probably got the worst matchup spread in the game. I can't think of any character, like, in this game that Momo does well against. Like, she hard wins. I can't think of anyone that she beats. Like, even the grounded characters that, you know, you would think she would have a chance at fighting or have a way to avoid her damage. Like, Kendo can just hold up her beta. Ibara, she's got really good range on Momo. Strike Shigaraki's got his beta. The cannon buff that they gave it, where they're very hard to destroy now, was really good for her because it does make him have a harder time against her. Every other character on here has a way to just be above her and make sure they never get hit. If Momo gets caught as well, she never really escapes, unless, again, if she's going from building to building. But early game, that threat isn't really there, even with, like, the cannons still doing 100 damage at level 1. It's quite easy to shut down Momo early game, or if you catch her off guard, it's very difficult for her to get out of it. I've seen really good tunings on her, acceleration, you know, melee tunings work really well on her, some revenge tunings as well, just to help her out a little bit, maybe even Wall Runner and Space Hop, but who doesn't work with that? Overall, I feel Momo is a character that is barely hanging on, and it's mostly because of her player base that are so dedicated that they can actually show how much she can cook in certain scenarios. Red Denki. Where do I want to put you? Where do I want to put you? Are you B tier or are you A tier? I'm going to put you in A tier. I don't think you're better than Yellow Deku, but like, he's such a fucking gimmick. I hate it. I honestly think this character needs a fat rework. I know they're never going to do it, but I say this every time I rank Denki. Did you get hit by Gamma? Go back to the lobby and pick a different character or queue up again. Did you roll both the Gammas? Great. You can probably kill him unless he doesn't, you know, unless he's an aim god and hits all of his alphas. His alphas hit like a truck. And if he catches you with a Gamma, yeah, you're dead. Beta's kind of a whatever move. It's good to catch people that are healing behind walls and stuff, but this guy's like the original TOD monster, you know? Even though they've nerfed the combo, it doesn't really matter. Like, Gamma into Alpha still does a lot of damage. Well, no, it basically kills everyone in the game. It's really good. It's really strong. I just feel that, again, the Gamma is very easy to avoid. He hasn't got much mobility going for him. The Gamma can go a pretty good distance at level 9, but again, if he's using both of those to run away, that's probably your chance to capitalize off of him. The Alpha traps can be useful. Well, actually, no. He's probably got the best kill confirm in the game. If he downs someone and just puts a trap on them, it's impossible to pick them up normally. You will get stunned. You have to have an insta-res on your team to pick them up. Otherwise, they're just dead, really. But besides that, I feel like Denki hasn't... Like, he's just fine in that regard. It's just his Alpha and his Gamma that are the main things that make him the character he is. His special action's kind of whatever. He's got decent range. I feel like characters that are mostly in the air, he struggles with as well. I just find this guy... I always find this guy really hard to rank. Always find him really hard to rank. Tech Denki. Where do I even want to rank him as well? I also feel like he falls into A tier in the right hands. I kind of want to put him, like, right next to his strike as well. He's also A tier. This character... Like, on launch, he was kind of... Actually, I don't know, because, like, when I see him play, like, when people know what they're doing with this guy, he's really good. Like, really good. I don't know, I just don't think he's consistent enough to be, like, higher up, like, up here competing with these lot. He could be better than Assault Deku. Maybe he is. I'll put him slightly above Assault Deku. Slightly above Assault Deku. I think he's around here. I think this is a fair spot. But I just don't see him too often to rank him any higher. But when I do see him, he is really annoying to deal with. Again, Space Hop Spiraling Leap is tried and true with this character. And he can basically just chip you out from really far away. The beta traps getting a buff as well was really nice for him. I know they deal less damage, but I think they hit more consistently now. Very hard to roll. Stuns you in place. The Alpha buff as well, if he hits all shotgun pellets up close, like, it kind of just deletes your guard, leaves you pretty vulnerable. Even if you get good damage on him, his Gamma's pretty damn good for running away. He gets 2 charges of them. He's got 350 HP. He can shut down flyers incredibly well. I just feel overall he's just a bit difficult to play consistently. Because a lot of characters can, obviously, like, armor characters can ignore him. Characters with AoE just remove all of his traps instantly. The traps can be used to tank hits as well. I just feel he's hard to rank because he's not picked that much, but he is pretty damn good. Monoma. Oh boy, Monoma, we have received a lot of nerfs, haven't we? Where do I think you belong? I want to say this guy's top of A tier, but he could also be, like, bottom of S tier. I'm going to put him bottom of S tier for now. Or do I want to put him bottom of S tier? Actually, no, I'm going to put him A tier. I will put him A tier. Can I, like, move him up? Have I actually got to do this every time? I think you are... Do I think you're better than Rapid Bakugo? Yes, I do. Okay, let's put you back. 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 Okay, well, this can take time. So, whilst I'm doing this, I'm going to explain why I think he's really strong. Monoma, again, like... The damage nerf that he took, yeah, it was pretty bad for him. It was very bad for him, actually. But I feel that it doesn't really matter again. He still has his 2 resets on his special action, which again can just help a lot for running away. The main thing I think that's holding him back in my eyes is that he's 250 HP in a game, again, where you just kind of explode sometimes. It's kind of why this guy's here. And Monoma overall, he does capitalize a lot off of the top tiers. It's kind of like whoever gets buffed up here, he also gets buffed, but whoever also gets nerfed, he gets nerfed as well with that combination. I feel like he's very team dependent, but again, in the right hands, he kind of does destroy everybody. He can just, you know, fuck up a lobby still. You've just got to be good at Monoma now. He's not really as brain dead as he once was, where it was literally just copy Assault Endeavor, go to the top of the skybox, use Gamma Beta, refresh, use Gamma Beta, refresh, use Gamma Beta, refresh, use Gamma Beta, touch the ground, and then, you know, rinse and repeat the whole cycle. He can only do it twice now. You've just got to be very, like, you've just got to be good, basically. That's it. Like, Monoma is a get-good character now. He's actually quite the skillful character, which is what I think people wanted him to be when he first came out. It's just the amount of resets that he got and being able to do the full damage. He just kind of he was just the best. He was actually the best in the game when he first came out. But now he's been humbled, you know, still strong. You can still make him work. You've just got to learn what combos work and how to run away with him. Assault Kendo. I think you're better than Momo, but not by much. Do you know what? I'm going to put Kirishima in C tier, and I'm going to get rid of D tier. I don't think anyone's truly bad in this game, but yeah, C tier will be the lowest it goes. Assault Kendo, B tier. Kind of a whatever character. She's just kind of a nothing burger at the minute. She hasn't had changes for ages. She does good damage with her Alpha and her Gamma. The issue is that most of her damage now, I would say, well, used to be that if she landed a melee combo, you know, she could land an Alpha. But since everyone's so airborne now, she's kind of not really getting the melee combos anymore. The Gamma and Alpha don't have much reach as well. She's just kind of whatever. She's there to run about and hopefully catch someone off guard with a clap and an Alpha. She does what Kirishima does, but much better. 1, she can defend herself with Beta. 2, she's got a faster ground speed, so again, tunings like Wall Runner and Space Hop just work better on her over him. And I feel like her weakness is just kind of the meta again. Like, her weakness is just all these characters can stay airborne or burst her down quicker. She's fine, though. She's fine. I haven't really got much to say. I don't know what I would buff or nerf. Well, no, I wouldn't nerf her. I don't know what buff I could give her to make her come up here. Again, I think it's just that these guys need to be toned down, and then she would find a spot. But not much to say about her. Red Kendo. Right. Let's do this again. Yeah, she's crazy. This character is crazy. She is insanely strong. Don't like her. Oh my god, I did this wrong again, but she is insanely strong. Actually, do you know what? No, I do think you're better than Blue Deku. But she's insanely strong. 350 HP, insane mobility, insane defense. Don't touch her Beta, otherwise you will explode. I don't know if you guys have seen the clip where a Mirio catches her with Beta while she's using Beta, and he just gets one-tapped. Like, 225 HP and the 250 guard gone. She is cracked. Alpha hitbox, very generous, stuns you. The charge one does a lot of damage, hard knocks you down so she can close the distance. Gamma is virtually impossible to roll and interrupt. Like, she's just got so much going for her. I don't know why she has 350 HP with the mobility she's got going. You can't... The weird thing is about her Beta is it's very selective on what grabs do and don't work on it. So Ibara, Rapid All Might, grabs like that don't work against it, but a grab from Shinzo, Aizawa, Present Mike's Beta goes through it. Stuff like that does go through it, which is really weird. I feel like all grabs should just go through an armored move like that. It doesn't make much sense why it bounces off. Like, it genuinely makes no sense there. But it's whatever. Like, she's just so stupid. Please nerf Red Kendo. Give her longer cooldowns or something, or take away 50 HP. She is ridiculous with her combos. She also has, like, unique melee combos that Yellow Kendo doesn't have. she's like allowed to cancel her melee or whatever and keep loops going while this one can't, which makes no sense whatsoever. I don't get why that's a thing. But she's a damage monster. Damage monster does a lot. Ibara, A tier, for sure. I kind of wish I could put people here, but like if I could move her instantly, she'd be like next to Rapid Bakugo. I think Ibara is insanely slept on in this game. She is absolutely crazy with her damage. The main thing that stops her from being any higher up is that she's completely stationary and she's pretty slow with her moves. But she is ridiculous. The 2 beta charges, you know, each one doing like 225 damage. It's armored as well, so you can't even really challenge her. It's got good range as well, surprisingly. Even if you aren't like super close to her, you can still get hit by it mid-range. Her alpha does like 160 per bullet and has insane range. It pierces everything in the game. Goes through Tech Todo's Gamma, it goes through Kendo's Shield. It beats everything. It actually beats everything in the game. It's a really, really good alpha. I don't think people understand how good her alpha is. But again, she's not picked that much, and I feel like that's where it kind of comes into it. The Gamma as well, you know, armored. You can use it as many times as you want until you actually grab someone, then it goes on cooldown. 2 reses as well that just got buffed recently that she can use them in the air as well. It's mostly just comes down to if you can survive with her or not. Yeah, the range on her special action as well got a massive buff. Like, she's just solid overall. She's really solid. 400 HP, so it's not even like she's easy to take down if you do catch her off guard. Unlike Momo, who's got 350, trust me, 400 HP makes a huge difference in this game on your survivability. She's just crazy. I wouldn't really buff her or nerf her, because if she gets nerfed, then she is drastically going to fall down. She needs to be this overtuned in her kit to keep up with all of this. That's kind of the whole thing of where the balance is just a mess in this game. But Ibara, solid A tier. Mirio, Rapid. I'm putting him in A tier. I don't care that this character explodes, because everyone explodes in this game. Mirio just explodes harder. This character is ridiculous. His auto combo does 200 plus damage. It's basically a guard break. He's got invincibility on all of his moves, besides Gamma, even though the outside of it is invincible. His special action's still pretty good, especially the change where he can dash to his teammates more often now and it doesn't consume the whole gauge. That's a really good change. He's just good at surviving in general as well. You can definitely make it late game with him. The main thing that stops him again is just how much damage is in the game. Like, the insane amount of damage. 225 HP obviously is a huge detriment in this game, but he spends like 80% of the match invincible. And that one time you get to attack him, yeah, I do think it's pretty fair that he explodes when you do get the chance to grab the guy who is 80% invincible. He is a bit harder to play than the average character, but he's just... like, I feel like it's a fair trade-off, you know. Invincible for 80% of the time, but the one time you get caught, you take a severe punishment or you die. But, again, people have put willpower on this guy, you know, acceleration, which is really good on him. He's probably the best character. Like, he definitely becomes an S tier when he activates acceleration. But willpower, you know, gives him a second chance for his fuck-up, which can... obviously, he can use a beta to get away. He can use a special action to get away. You know, there's a lot going for him. I feel like he is not spoken about enough for how strong he is. I feel like most people put him in B or C tier. But I see what he brings to the table. He's very good at third partying as well, especially with the charged alphas. And overall, he's cracked. Tech Mirio. And once again, we are moving all of these guys back one whilst we do this. Do I even need to say anything about this character? This character is him, but he's invincible 90% of the match. On top of having 75 more HP. I don't understand the alpha at all. It says brief invincibility every other shot. He's invincible the entire time. You have to wait the entire 12 shots to actually fight back with him. His beta again, yes, it's not as good as this one because it's shorter, but it's also an active hitbox as well. It does have some weird interactions though. If Momo's using her beta and he uses beta into it, he'll actually get popped out of the ground. There's also other characters like Aizawa who can use his special action to get him out the ground as well. But the counter as well, you know, he it has a 1-second cooldown or something when he whiffs it, and then he gets it on refresh when he does land it. Does about 200 damage. I feel like that could be toned down to the damage the character would do to you. You just do it back to them, because I feel it's a bit unfair if a Tech Derby orb, which he has out of control, hovers over to the Tech Mirio and he counters it. Does the Tech Derby truly deserve 220 damage? But again, special action, he's got the exact same as Rapid Mirio, so he can teleport to teammates if he ever gets into trouble, or if he's low, you know, he can just walk into a building, like just go through a building with his thing and then go back into his alpha and dart across the map. Apparently he got shadow buffed. You're actually allowed to jump in his alpha now. Stupid. This character's just stupid all around. Tamaki. Wow, we are on a roll with S tier characters, aren't we? Let's put this guy up here. This is another character that I think is kind of ridiculous. Do I think he's better than Tech Mirio? Maybe. Maybe. I feel like these two could interchange with each other, but Tamaki, you know, I did the whole thing of he will beta because it is strong. Give me liberty, give me fire, give me beta, or I retire. They nerf my beta, I am finished. But this character, like, from the start, he's strong. I'm pretty sure if he hits you with a grab and then melee betas, I think it's almost a guard break. I think it's about 200 damage. So late game, you can imagine how strong that is. Slap, what's it called? Embrittlement on this bad boy. Iron Fist, anything to increase his damage with that melee combo. He is going to fuck you up. 350 HP, sorry. The beta with probably the most ridiculous tracking and generous hitbox in the game. A grab that basically has a non-existent cooldown, and he gets like, what, 7 charges, I think, at level 9. He's also got a ranged alpha as well, which has a sweet spot to reward you with even more damage, which I don't think many people use, but it's fine. A gamma that can be used at the top of the map and go through buildings. You know, it's basically, is it a better prominence burn? Maybe it's on par with it, but like the gamma's crazy strong for people that are trying to hide. He's very strong. He's very strong. I haven't really got much more to say about him. Like, he's even got air combos as well. I've seen people do like aerial melee into grab into beta, like there's that as well. There's also his special action that is on a very short cooldown that lets him get out of situations very often with an active hitbox. That can also be used in his combos as well. Like, he's very strong, very strong. Nejire. I'm gonna put her in B tier. She's pretty generous in B tier. I think she is better than these three though at the minute. Do you know what, low-key? I'm gonna put her above those two as well. I'm going to put her above those two. I think Nejire's a little bit slept on at the minute. I think she's fine. The special action buff she got, very good for her survivability and mobility. I think with tuning as well, I have seen some ridiculous builds where she's doing like 120 per alpha. That's really, really strong. Sorry, I was taking a sip of my coffee, but Nejire is incredibly strong in my eyes. I think she is very underrated in terms of her damage output, because not much of her damage numbers have been changed. I know her beta got changed, but that's when she was just a beta merchant. You know, you went into the match, she was just doing beta everywhere. Since they've well balanced her, I wouldn't really give her any more changes. She's fine where she is. It's just, again, like, it sucks that everyone else is so overtuned that she can't really shine. But I think she is a pretty well-designed and balanced character now. She's just outclassed by everyone else with their insane mobility or damage numbers, but overall Nejire is she's just good, man. She's just really good in terms of landing. Like, if you land your alphas, yeah, she's really good, but if you can land your alphas with her, why not just go to, you know, Tamaki, who gets a guard break every time when he lands a grab, you know, or Kendo, where if you're hitting your shots, you stun someone in place. You know, it's just kind of the whole thing. Why be good with aiming with her when there's all these other characters that get so much more value out of it? Shinzo, I still think this guy's pretty good. I think he's A tier. If I could do it without fucking all of this up, I'll do it towards the end, but I think he's fine still. The nerfs did hit him quite a bit. I think he still gets a guard break off of a single alpha into beta. It's still pretty strong with the correct tuning. His mobility's still pretty good. Brainwashing is still pretty strong. You know, it all just falls in line for this character. It's just kind of the whole thing of, like, one nerf for a character can make so many people ditch him. He's not S tier anymore, but he's definitely like in a better spot. And Alpha Alpha is still a combo that he can do, you know, like it's not like he lost too much there. It was just that they made Beta hard knockdown immediately. And let's be real, combo starting off with Beta, it's basically the same as doing it Alpha Beta. Like doing it in reverse is not anything fancy, so I feel like that's not even that bad. I've seen the combo that he does with Tech Shiggy as well, where it's like Shiggy does Alpha and then he brainwashes them, Shiggy does Alpha again, he brainwashes again, and then the person dies, you know. But he mostly relies on synergy with his teammates. Like, if he can get good synergy with that, like, if he grabs someone with a Alpha, like, this Mirio could come in with a fully charged Alpha and just absolutely murk them. Other characters with projectiles and stuff can help. He's a very good team character in that regard. I just think that since he lost a couple things and a bit of damage, people think he's really bad now, but I think he's fine. I'd probably put him, like, underneath Rapid Bakugo. Oh my god, my glorious king, Assault All Might. Oh man, like, you, they've done you so dirty, man. They have done you so dirty. The main thing that's keeping this guy going is that his Alpha does do good damage if you hit the bullets. I'm so upset with what this character, like, what's happened to this character. He's a character that was really strong in the earlier seasons, has just been nerfed, like nerf after nerf after nerf, and has just fallen from it and has never really been given anything to come back. I think the last time he was in a patch notes, yeah, we'll talk about the special action buff that he got. That's for him and Rapid All Might. The last one he got to himself was when this guy came out, I'm pretty sure, and that's when they decided to nerf his splash damage, which in my eyes is really, really fucking stupid that they decided to wait that long for it, because he kind of needs it now more than ever. I would give him his 350 HP back. His beta sometimes doesn't connect correctly still as well, so maybe they could work on that. The Tornado's pretty good for survivability. The special action buff again is nice for his survivability, but overall he's a big body with 300 HP and not that mobility going for him. And he kind of just gets folded by a lot of characters. It's like, if you're good at aiming with him, just pick Deku. If you're good at aiming with him, just pick anyone that's like above here that requires aim, you know? Like, this guy just stinks. He's kind of stinky right now. A good All Might can be annoying, but overall, again, like, Beta's really easy to roll. Gamma's not really much of a threat because he usually uses it to run away. It's just kind of stupid. Rapid All Might. After his most recent change, I think this guy is S tier now. I don't think he's like super S tier, but he's very strong now. I feel... So, I know I'm going to get so much shit for this, but I used to say this guy was the weakest skill set. And it wasn't because he necessarily was bad, it was because all of the characters in meta just fucked this guy up. And if they caught him, he couldn't run away. I always said with Rapid All Might, I wouldn't buff or nerf him. It's just everything above him was incredibly overtuned, and it easily folded him. And now that he's got the ability to carry his momentum with Beta, things have changed so much for him. Because if he gets comboed by Ochaco before, it was really hard for him to get away because, again, Beta left you stationary in the air. There wasn't much point in using it. But now that it carries the momentum, it's a lot easier for him to run away and chase kills. I still think his Alpha is a bit overrated. People say, like, it just kills you, but I feel like there's a lot that still knocks him out of it, you know, like a grab from Tamaki, you know, Kendo Beta can just tank it all and then just deal 1,000,000 damage back to him. Mirio can counter it if he's getting reckless with it. There's a lot of things that can just shred him whilst he's using that move. He has to use it when basically someone's by themselves. His grab, I've seen a lot more people complain about it. Hot take, I think, is a bit more of a generous grab. Yes, it does a lot of damage, but it's got no armor. It's got, like, pretty short range compared to other grabs. And it does go on a decent cooldown as well. The tracking on it isn't really too absurd. It's just visually, it looks really weird. It looks like it grabs you much further away, which is where I feel like the majority of the complaints come from on it. And he did just get a special action buff recently as well on top of his beta one, so he is zooming across the map more. I'm not saying he doesn't do damage, like, he does insane amounts of damage, which is why he's up here. But Rapid All Might now is definitely able to keep up and chase and get away and deal as much damage back to people that they were doing to him way more reliably now than ever before, which is why I've put him in S tier. Armored All Might, whoop-de-doo, we get to do this again. I am 100% moving him all the way up here. Oh, shit. Well, I fucked that up. Let's just keep going. Go in. Yeah, I'll leave him there for now. Armored All Might, stupid character. We all know that. Like, he's a bit silly, isn't he? He's a bit of a silly guy. Oh my god, he has everything. The 400 HP, I think, is the most oppressive thing about him, more than anything. You've got a character that can freeze you, you've got a character that can stun you across the map, you've got a character that has auto-tracking drones, that can also be used when he's being attacked or healing. He's got a hover, he's got a flight, he's got a dash, he's got a long dash. You know, the flame damage that he does as well does like 70, which is ridiculous when an alpha already hits for 80, so technically it's like 150 per alpha. His melee is really strong. His air melee is really strong as well. There's nothing weak about this character besides that he's big. That's about it. He's a bit of a big guy. He's a big boy. You know, he takes a lot of damage, but it doesn't really matter when you've got 400 HP and all this mobility at your disposal. And he's just got a shit ton of combos to go along with it. You know, you got Alpha, 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 which freezes you. Then you can do Beta, cancel the Beta halfway through into a melee or a grounded melee, which breaks your guard and does a bit of your health as well. His air Beta into air melee basically breaks guard as well. You know, his alpha alone does good damage. I think 4 shots breaks a guard, which is kind of crazy to think, considering the fire rate gets faster the longer you hold it. He's got so many stuns. Like, 2 of the drones hitting you staggers you in place. The Beta on the ground and in the air is a grab as well, and you cannot do anything unless he decides to cancel it or you wait for the move to go off. There's just so much that goes into it with this character that he desperately needs a nerf. I would take him down to 300 HP, I'm going to be honest. Like, the fact that this guy gets 400 HP whilst, you know, a certain Shigaraki lost 50 HP for no real reason it kind of says it all. But again, he's just consistent as well in his damage. That's why I just have him up here. He's very good at it. Next up is Aizawa. I think this guy is S tier still. He's very strong. Special action, probably the best special action in the game. Disables all quirks, basically lets him win a 1v1 every time. Aerial Alpha does like 200 damage, so 2 of those and the opponent's on their deathbed. Start a combo with Gamma, you get to deal even more damage. Gamma blocks projectiles, does like 200 plus damage by itself as well. Beta, very good for mobility. By the time both the betas go on cooldown, all of his alphas are back, and then when all of his alphas are gone, the betas are back, so he's basically got infinite movement. He's just stronger overall. He's got amazing team synergy as well. He's a character that does way too much damage and basically ignores all knockdown value. I can't think of a character that does as much damage as he does in one go with a Gamma like that and then is able to continue doing even more damage after it. Is kind of ridiculous. Again, loads of melee tunings work with him. Trance Blow, Embrittlement, Acceleration, all of them just benefit this guy even further to make him even more flexible. Fixer, everyone's been using builds with Fixer at the minute, especially on the Christmas outfit, because the left side is all red cards, so you can just make him deal even more damage. It's crazy. This guy's got, again, so much going for him that it's kind of unfair. He's kind of unfair, I'm going to be honest. Next up, Present Mike. I think this guy has fallen off quite a bit. He's not the S tier that I thought he once was. I still think he's a very strong A tier contender. His damage output is ridiculous, but losing that 50 HP and being in a game where there's so much AoE and quick burst damage, he just kind of gets shredded a lot of the times. He can shred, but also get shredded. He hasn't got the best mobility, being his Gamma as the only option, and he's not someone that capitalizes off of melee tunings as well, when, let's be real, the melee tunings are kind of the strongest ones going in the game at the minute. I just feel overall, like, if I could put him somewhere, because it resets it every time, but I would put him... I'd probably put him above Monoma or just below Monoma. He'd still be at the very top here. I just think overall he struggles a bit with a lot of these characters up here. All of them can kind of burst him down or just kind of keep away from him. Like, Todoroki can put a beta up. His Hell Beta, actually, with the speaker, does destroy his beta relatively quick, which is why I would still rate him really high. I just think when he gets caught off guard, he hasn't really got much choice to run away, whilst all of these guys do have an ability to run away. And that's why he's here. Cementoss. This guy is S tier. I don't care what anyone says, Cementoss will forever be S tier. You've got a 350 HP powerhouse. All of his alphas do about 140 damage, about level 9. If you hit the hitbox when it's growing, and then like the initial placement of it as well. Gamma Alpha also just insta-breaks guard. His Beta, incredibly short cooldown, incredibly powerful, and provides amazing defense. He's got an insta-revive as well that he can relatively use safely if he just builds up a couple pillars. He's really, really good at drawing out fights as well. This guy just does it all. He does it all. He is so good. I think we are very lucky that Cementoss is the character he is, that he's not very popular in the anime. But, because if he was someone on the popularity of All Might or Deku, this game would be very different, very different. I'm sure you've all fought a Cementoss where you just cannot do anything about it. You just accept your fate because they're just that cracked, you know, you can't do anything. He catches every wake up with the lingering pillar hitbox. He builds his own map. He's essentially playing Fortnite. He is so good at disrupting so many things and blocking damage as well. I don't know how this guy's a support. I think it's only because of his insta-revive. You could make this guy Assault, and I think that would fit him so much more. This guy just, like, everyone here, besides, like, Nejire, there's a couple characters that really do, like, mess him up here. Like, Armored All Might can just keep flying above him and dealing with him. But every other character here, they don't really destroy him, but they can kind of just get away from him. Some of these characters can deal with him, like Armored All Might. I'd say Tamaki's a pretty good answer against Cementoss as well. Aizawa was not too bad. But so many characters here just fold to this guy. He's so strong. He's so strong. I really enjoy playing him, and playing him has made me realize how strong he actually is. But Cementoss is easily S tier. Endeavor Strike. This guy is A tier. This is another case of just having micro buffs sprinkled onto him that have made him the powerhouse he is now. You know, he hasn't really received many damage number buffs, but, you know, getting the special action change multiple times, you know, you can use it in the air now. It drains less. It's got a shorter cooldown. Being taken up to 350 HP has drastically helped him. My hot take of the video would be that 350 HP should not be a strike unit's natural health. It should all be 300. I think if all of them were 300, it'd be much better to deal with them, because Endeavor's a juggernaut that can deal a lot of damage as well. He deals so much damage in the correct scenarios. The spears are actually really powerful still. You can combo that into alpha for like 200 plus. And Gamma as well. I feel like they've got a perfect balance with Gamma now. It does good damage. It hits through walls. It's pretty obvious when he's about to use it, but it's a really solid move now. I think more than anything, he's just been sprinkled into this balanced state. I wouldn't buff or nerf him. As I said, like, the 300 HP thing, I guess that would be a nerf overall, but I feel like that would be to all strike characters, and it could shake up quite a bit. But with the special action changes, the extra HP, I feel like Strike Endeavor has just had a really good time in terms of having all of this luxury life given to him. Unfortunately, this dickhead came into the game and ruined everything for him. So every time you see Endeavor now, it's probably this guy, because he's stupid. Shouts to all of my Red Endeavor players, because you guys actually do deserve the recognition that you get. Because he's not easy as well. He's not an easy character. I think he's pretty hard to play compared to the others. But fuck this character. 350 HP, spectator character, does 1 million damage to you if he catches you with beta. Like, his alpha, again, I think it's heavily slept on. I don't think... Yeah, shouts K2 Risky. Do not buff Strike Endeavor anymore. Don't listen to him, but... Assault Endeavor, fuck this guy. I don't know why he's allowed to do what he does. Again, both Endeavors capitalize off this being space hop. This guy obviously gets way more benefit off of it. Being able to go to absurd heights and rain down betas and gammas. I just feel like a character shouldn't be allowed to watch what's going on and then determine who wins the fight. That's what annoys me the most about Assault Endeavor. On top of his tankiness as well. Taking less damage naturally from the Assault passive. I know it's not really too much now because of how much damage happens in the game, but he's very strong in my eyes. I feel like the Alpha as well, that having a lingering hitbox can really fuck up people who are trying to heal, even if like the Endeavor initially misses the Alpha. The Alpha itself does like 80 to 90 damage at level 9. The beta, again, it can trap you in an infinite loop if you get caught on a building with it. Like, I'm sure you've seen, if you fall down, but you get hit by the beta and you're next to a wall, you'll just keep getting hit by it until you die, because the knockdown value on it is stupidly low for some reason. And if you get hit by the initial activation, you get pulled back into the middle, which means you are just asking to... Well, I say asking, it's not even really your fault half the time, because the hitbox doesn't make sense, but you're basically getting your guard shredded every single time whenever he uses that beta and hits you with it. What happened to the music? Oh, okay, it's just taking a while. But yeah, he's very strong. If the tier list made a bit more sense, I would have a more accurate ordering here. Maybe I'll do it at the end. Rapid Hawks. Womp womp. This guy kind of stinks now. I think he's better than this. Yeah, I do think he's better than Assault All Might as well. I think Assault All Might is suffering so much at the minute. Yeah, I think this is quite a comfortable placement for him. Rapid Hawks is a character that had one season where he was dominant for so long. He was pretty good in Season 8 and Season 9 for a bit as well, but since he's had that reputation of being, you know, top one without a doubt when he first came out, he has just received so many nerfs. They have nerfed everything about his kit. Everything has been nerfed. His special action, it has less duration now. His alpha, it does less damage. His beta, it does less damage. It has less charges. His gamma, it does less damage. Everything about this character has been nerfed. Even his melee's been nerfed. He can't cancel his melee into moves anymore. Everything about him has been nerfed to a T. I think the only thing they're missing is his air melee. That's the only thing they haven't nerfed about him. And I'm not even sure what I could do for this character at this point. I would just give him a better special action, because if you're going to buff this guy to have a really long-lasting special action, I don't think there's any harm in giving the character that literally has fucking wings the ability to fly for a decent amount of time. But the issue with buffing his special action is that it also buffs his special action. We'll get to this guy in a second. But again, even his beta, his best move, it's very easy to trade with it. It's very easy to roll now as time's gone on. The damage he gets if he does beta isn't even that much anymore. He's just incredibly, like, I don't know, he's just very easy to trade with and avoid. It's very sad. It's very sad for him. He's had a very tragic tale. I thought he was fine after his second set of nerfs when he was, like, breaking guard off of one beta. And, you know, like, his alpha was nerfed, his beta damage was nerfed, his gamma was nerfed, he had the 2 charges. I thought that was fine, and then they just did it again. So, he kind of sucks right now. Strike Hawks. I'm going to put him in... I'll put you in A tier for now. If the tier list would let me move placements freely, because I can't do that for some reason, he would definitely be, like, up here. But, like, he's definitely top of A tier or bottom of S with this guy. So, for some reason, he got buffed. I have no idea why. They made it that his beta has a quicker reload. They made it that his gamma has a quicker reload. So now he's able to fly across the map much more. He's also got tech with, like, his gamma that you can, like, tap it or something and use special action. You get way more distance than intended. His damage is really good. He's got a lot of stuns in his kit with his alpha. If someone's guard's broken and he hits you with alpha, say goodbye, because he's going to do 2 alphas and a beta and you'll die. Gamma is also really good for combos. He's just solid. For some reason, he had a bug where you could use his beta out of hit stun moves, kind of similar to Overhaul's Gamma when he first came out. And then for some reason, he just decided to... Well, sorry, not he decided to. The devs decided to buff him because they're taking away a bug from him. Really silly, but it is what it is, I guess. Strike Hawks, A tier, just does a lot of damage, has decent mobility. And yeah, giving him 300 HP was evil. I don't know why they did that. I thought 275 was pretty good for him, but they buffed it to 300. Mount Lady. Womp womp. Another character that's just been gutted from being strong in previous seasons. I'll give them props for trying with her giant form, but it's the mini form that just sucks for her. 300 HP with not much mobility, very little damage. Her stomp does like fuck all damage. S tier trust, you gotta believe. She's just so bad. Short range, little damage, high knockdown value. Just everything about her just kind of sucks at the minute. I think she's better than Kirishima because she can fight other... Like, she can actually run away, and She can, in the right hands, I have seen that she can, like, break guards off of combos, but you basically use everything in your inventory to break a guard. Giant form's very good late game because there's not really much place to hide. And, like, the damage buff, damage resistance buff that she got's very nice in giant form, but this character is not doing too good. Speaking of characters that aren't doing too good, Red Shigaraki. Wow, this guy just got the most random nerf coming into this season. Taking him to 350 HP to 300 was kind of a stupid move in my eyes. I know it was to make Tech Shigaraki a lot better or like more appealing, but they just took 50 HP away from him. A lot of tuning kind of shuts this character down immediately. If he gets to late game, great, he probably is going to win. But there's so many characters, like, again, this guy who's just come out, just shreds him from a distance. Like, all of these characters here have a decent way of just moving around his beta, and his gamma doesn't work still to this day. The special action change that they gave him ruined some of his combos. They also decided to get rid of the gamma into special action combo for whatever reason with this guy. Like, they just hate Red Shigaraki. I don't know why. Space Hop, like, literally any character that puts Space Hop, it doesn't even have to be like a character that's already good against him, like Rapid Bakugo. If Momo puts it on, or Ibara, you know, who he could go back and forth with, he just loses every time now, because even if he puts special action on, what the fuck is he gonna do? Smack you with special action? Whoop-de-doo. Yeah, 90 damage, and then, you know, you just jump again, and then he doesn't really do anything. Who is up next? Assault Shigaraki. I know people will cuss me out if I put him in A tier, so I'll put him in B tier for now. If I could, I would put him in top of B tier. He could low-key be bottom of A tier. I don't know what people say, like, he's the weakest skill set. This character is fucking stupid. No, actually, do you know what? No, I will stick with my ground. I'm going to put him in A tier. This character, I don't know why people think he's bad. He's boring, don't get me wrong, because his alpha and beta are the exact same. Alpha is I chuck small rock, beta is I chuck big rock. But when he hits you with a gamma, you die. You die. If he hits you with a gamma in a 1v1, you die. He does so much damage. You're sitting in a lingering hitbox that's also chipping away at you. And he can hit you with his special action as well if he doesn't kill you, to make sure you take more damage on your way out. The stun locks are so good. The stun locks are so good. I think he's a terrible solo queue character because your teammates are going to ruin your combos at every opportunity they can. But in a coordinated team, he melts guards. He melts your guards. I think it's ridiculous how quickly he destroys guards in this game. I don't know if I'm the only one that thinks like that he's like this good. But the fact people call him the worst skill set is insane to me. He's got decent mobility. Tuning on him as well can really help him out. I wouldn't buff or nerf him. I just think he's very solid and just really underrated compared to a lot of characters in this game. Tech Shigaraki, S tier. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed that both the things that have been out this season are S tier? Character stupid. I don't really need to say it. Decent mobility. Very good burst damage. The dash, for some reason, he becomes a hitbox himself that does 200 damage. Regen has made him an absolute monster with certain tunings. He can... Revenge Assault and Revenge Support just make him a raid boss. You know, whenever you approach him, a bar actually appears in the middle of your screen showing his health and Dark Souls music starts to play. You're not going to be able to kill him. And if he lands an alpha and a beta, which he most likely will, it refreshes the gamma meter, so he's just constantly regenning. He can see you through walls with search. Yes, it takes a bullet, but being able to see someone's health and shield through walls easily narrows down who he wants to target, you know. If he sees someone with half HP through a wall, you can guarantee he's not going to rest until that person's dead. And that person's probably not going to get away from him as well, because he's just constantly going to be applying pressure. And with a well-coordinated team, again, he can just say who's low, and they can chase after him. For the Shigaraki, like, this guy just does a lot, way too much. He's also got very low knockdown value on his alpha as well. He's also got a loop that he can do by cancelling the startup, which drags you in. You can do that like 3 times and then land an actual alpha, which deletes your guard and half of your health. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool addition by King. I'm so glad you guys play tested him. All for one. I'm going to put him in A tier. This guy, after the buff, has been played a lot more. I think he's one of the best solo queue characters in the game because he's just, like, the beta's very solid to stun people in place for your teammates to capitalize off of. He can also do good damage himself. Being able to still, per se, a rapid bakugo and actually level it up yourself now just makes him a 400 HP rapid bakugo, you know, like, you don't want to be dealing with that. There's some that he kind of sucks stealing with, like rapid ochaco for a second, because he doesn't get the special action, or, you know, like, I'm trying to think, like, cementoss probably wouldn't be the best. It's still pretty good, but, you know, you don't get the special action, so you got to consider that. But basically taking any mobility quirk is a huge win for this guy, because he just becomes a 400 HP version of that character, and no one wants to deal with that. Makes him really obnoxious to deal with. Gamma and Beta is very oppressive late game as well, or if you're trying to heal up somewhere. We all know that one building in UA High that he just loves to stay in because it's very easy for him to catch people off guard there. The Beta, again, getting that buff where it can be angled down and up, and also the cooldown on it was just really good for his overall pressure as well. Like, he's just a monster in the right hands. But I feel like his early game, I don't know if it's just me, I think his early game is horrible. I think his early game is horrendous. I think he's got some of the worst early game in the entire thing. Gamma's tiny, Beta's tiny, Alpha doesn't really hit that hard. He can struggle early game. If you catch All For One off guard early game, he can probably die. Young All For One, I also think this character is A tier. I originally had him in S tier when I was originally thinking about it, but he can get focused out the air very quickly. The main thing that I would say would make him S tier is if he got 350 HP, so God bless that they didn't decide to do that. But I think, again, this character, since he's not just I press this button and I win, like, he's kind of underrated. People say that this guy kind of sucks. I disagree. His Alpha does good damage. His Beta does really good damage. His Beta can be really good for controlling an area as well. Sorry, I have to keep coughing, but his Gamma overall, to me, as well, is a very strong tool. I think it's the best flight-esque thing that we have in the game. You can infinitely stay in the air with him as well. Special action's pretty good, both of them. The one on, like, when you can disable other special actions, you can use that for mobility. He's got a couple cancels to get more mobility. The Gamma itself, I personally think, is his best move. I really like using it a lot. You are very hard to knock out of it because your knockdown value resistance increases. You basically get old Sicily values whilst you're doing it. You get a projectile that does about 70 damage at level 9, which is pretty good because it knocks them back, so you can kind of infinitely keep someone hostage depending on their mobility options. Even then, since the projectile's pretty big, it's easy to catch people doing it. And his Gamma as well, when it's over, does the massive AoE, which just stuns people in place if they haven't got guard. Even if they do have guard, it's most likely bye-bye to their guard because it does so much damage. But overall, I think he's just a bit underrated. I think people need to learn how to play him a bit better because, again, aerial characters haven't really had the best time in terms of, like, Nejire, Hawks, you know, ones who are primarily in the air. Haven't really had the best of times as of recently, but I think this guy is a very strong contender in terms of keeping up fighting people and being able to stay in the fight as well. Tech Derby. I'm not going to put him in C tier this time. I think he's alright. You know, he's not good, but, you know, he's not as bad as I once thought he was. He's very good at locking down a building. Traps are very good for, like, taking shots on some things as well. People really underestimate this character in a small building or just in general. He's very good at surviving, surprisingly. Gamma, Beta, like, they can all tank stuff for you. If he catches you with Gamma as well, it's pretty good damage. That's, like, obviously his Alpha is his Alpha. His Alpha sucks. Like, it's definitely the worst Alpha in the game. But overall, I think Tech Derby is a little bit underrated. I say he's one of the best locking down building characters in the game, on, like, par with Momo. It's just, again, getting to that stage with him is very difficult, because if he gets caught in the open, I know I just said he has good survivability, but, like, early game, even mid game, if he hasn't got maxed out levels, it's very hard for him to deal damage back to people, because most people do run into his traps because they're just idiots in this game in general. And that can severely chip someone away. That, like, they do a lot of damage to the traps. The Gamma as well, it can stun someone. You can punch them into the ring of fire to make it do, like, 200 plus damage. He's pretty good. He's pretty good at when it comes to fighting people that underestimate him. But if someone knows what they're doing against this guy, he just folds. Strike Derby's also going to be B tier. I like the changes that they're going for with him. He's just kind of like, I don't know how to put it. He's just so mid. He's just so underwhelming. The alpha's really good. I think his alpha's really underrated. I prefer leveling that up over beta now, but ever since they took away like his beta being very easy to roll now, he just, I don't know. Like, I think the best change for him would be that he doesn't use... How many charges is it? 2 per alpha when he's in Gamma? I feel if it used 1, that would be a really good buff for him, because you basically use the alphas to knock someone over and then rely on your beta. If you have more alphas to chip away at someone, I think that would be a really good buff for him. But being longer in Gamma is nice. Beta being it is now isn't really good. They have focused a lot more, but he's just, like... He's just not very good. Like... If a team focuses you whilst you grab someone, you're probably dead. Some characters can synergize well when he grabs someone. That for some reason, sometimes some moves just don't work with it, but I don't know. I just don't think like he's that great. And obviously as well, since he's losing health whilst in Gamma and that he's in it longer now, he is more susceptible to just exploding to someone else randomly, but he's fine. Like, I don't know, he just needs a couple more alphas. Tech Toga, oh my god, why do they keep bringing this character back? If we're going to put all bugs aside, obviously if we consider the bugs, like she's S tier, but as of right now, Tech Toga is really annoying. She's really annoying. She does good damage with her alphas, her beta just keeps getting buffed. Her gamma is kind of whatever, but I feel since you're doing so much damage with your alpha and betas now, you can get blood through downing someone and then using your special action on them there. She's just really good. The 350 HP buff as well, I don't know why she got that, because she's really tiny, but... She's really solid now. I feel like her alphas have always been good. But the main thing going for her now... Well, yeah, the main thing going for her now is obviously the extra health. It makes her transforming into so many other characters better now. Because before, the characters who were, like, up here... I know now, like, she doesn't have the same HP as Armored All Might. But if she took the blood off of Red Kendo, you know, she's a 50 HP less... Red Kendo, she's a 50 HP less Ochaco, she's a 50 HP less Tamaki, you know, Cementoss and all of that. But now that she's 350 HP, she definitely gets a lot more value into transforming out of these characters, especially like Mirio, you know, characters like that. There's obviously some characters that she's going to have less health then, but I feel overall that's been a really nice set of changes for her. She just keeps getting buffed. Definitely returning to be the devs' favourite. Rapid Toga, I also think it's A tier. I just think she's pretty hard to play in the current meta. It's similar to Rapid Bakugo in the sense of you can do really good damage to someone, you can shred someone instantly. I honestly think Tech is better than Rapid at the minute because there's a lot less commitment to her and also having 100 HP more. Rapid Toga's mobility is good, but it's very predictable where she's going as well. Cooldown refreshing will always be like the strong suit on both of them. Her gamma is pretty easy to predict where she's going if she is trying to run away. Again, if she's in a game where if she messes up once, she's probably going to die for it. Like similar to Mirio, similar to Bakugo, similar to Froppy and all of that. Which is why I can't really rank her too much higher. She is still very solid, but like with her combos and that, she can still break a guard, I'm pretty sure, off of one combo, which is really good for her. But overall, I feel like Tech has taken over the spotlight out of these two at the minute. She's still strong, though. She's still strong. Wouldn't bash you for playing her at all. Twice. Yeah, this guy sucks. Honestly, he could be the worst character in the game at the minute. I feel like he just edges over Kirishima because he's got mobility attached to him. But Twice, they basically took everything away from this character. He's got no combos anymore. He's got Gamma Gamma Beta, which is something, I guess. They buffed his clones, but clones are so easily taken out, man. Everyone up here has a way to easily deal with clones. AoE moves destroy special action clones, so even if you get a lot of those, it's very easy to get rid of them because they've all got the survival instincts of a newborn puppy. Like, none of them have the instinct to dodge or roll or anything. They just take the full brunt of the damage. And, like, he just can't get much done. His alpha's nice if you can land the hits, but since he can't really cancel it anymore, I feel like the better nerf that they should have done for him was just that he had more knockdown values in his combos, because they've done it for Ochaco, and she's still all the way up here. And I feel like if he had that, he could probably be around here. But since he doesn't have that, he's down here. He's just got no reliable sense of damage anymore. So he's just suffering at the minute for it. I mean, I don't feel too bad because, like, fuck this character when he was at his prime. But I wouldn't mind seeing him buff to get, like, at least one combo back. Like, just give him something back. I don't know. He's just really bad at the minute. Compress. He is now A tier. Yes, the knockdown value change and his damage overall did suck for him, but he's still got 2 armored teleports. He's still got a beta that does a cracked amount of damage when you reflect things back at someone. He can still break your guard before you get knocked over. He's still got the inertia change on his side. Like, I don't know why people stopped playing him after it. Like, he's still incredibly strong. Space Hop on this guy, really annoying to deal with. His Gamma again, like, just lets him zoom across the map with the movement changes. Yeah, endgame Compress is a monster as well. There isn't really much more to say about him. Trucks still hit hard. Like, again, the stun block lasts long enough that you can break someone's guard. The beta change that they did recently, characters like Rapid Bakugo or Red Deku or Assault Kendo just die if they reflect their multi-hit moves. It actually shreds them now. It's kind of crazy. He's overall really good. His res isn't that great, but, you know, they've tried to buff it here and there. They've given it extra range. They've made it faster. So he can still help out in that regard. Kurogiri, this might be a hot take, but I think this character is S tier. Very low knockdown value on his portals, so he can just kind of do fuck you combos that just kill you. His alpha has just been buffed to the moon as well, because instead of fixing it, they just decided to make it better for no real reason. Gamma as well, they decided to buff his alpha on that, or well, like the projectile that you can shoot out of it to be the same as his alpha. He's got very good survivability, being 350 HP. Probably the best res ability in the game because you can do it anywhere on the map. You can just go out of danger, pick them up, and they're back in the fight already. The main thing that stops this guy from being even better is that he's just bugged. Like, this character is definitely the buggiest mess in this game. Toga's up there as well, but all of her bugs benefit her. This guy's bugs always, like, slaughter him. It's so annoying. Like, his Gamma portal is bugged at the minute. It's not bringing people towards him when he hits them, or it's just going straight through them. So, yep, again, Kurogiri not really being able to function correctly. Sometimes his special action just doesn't work. Sometimes his alphas don't hit when they should. It's really annoying playing him, and it's really annoying ranking him as well, because what he brings to the table with a well-coordinated team basically guarantees a death every time he pulls someone with a portal. It's just that he's bugged. He's a horrible solo queue character, don't get me wrong, but like what he brings to the table is very strong, which is why I've got him in S tier. He's at the very bottom of S tier, though, for anyone that's upset about that. Overhaul, B tier. It's great that he's got a new outfit and it's given him a lot more stronger tuning opportunities, but again, you need to get like the outfit and the character, and he's still not a free character, so I'm going off with people that like don't really have the best tuning available for him since he's just got the outfit. But I've heard the options that he has are very strong. I still think Overhaul struggles with practically anyone that can go in the air. He's very good on the ground, but even then some of those characters can avoid his shenanigans. He's very good at marinating. He's very good at marinating. He can definitely hang out in the storm for ages, but I don't really feel like that provides that much to the team unless if he's got a shit ton of team heals on him, or if he's looking to stay out in storm long enough to get a res card. It's similar to Momo. Momo can stay out in storm very long. Overhaul is just kind of bad in that regard. He just, like, he's very fun. Yeah, I do agree he's very fun, but that isn't the tier list. If it was a fun tier list, yeah, I'd have him in S tier. Your main source of damage being double Gamma really sucks, but like, what can you do, really? The alpha, obviously, it's hard to hit on airborne characters. Hang on, I've got a phone call now. Sorry, phone call answered. I'll cut that out in the video. But yeah, Overhaul, like, he's just, like, if he makes it to late game, he can do a bit of damage, but I don't know, man. He does a lot of damage, but he never really gets the kill as well. I feel like some of the tunings, you know, the special action tuning is a bit hard for him to work with. It's very good on him, but getting the downs can be really difficult. I feel like critical permeation is better for him, or like high-speed replenishment, something like that can work really well on him over that. Maybe willpower as well, but I feel like that's the tier list. Alright, there you go, guys. There's my tier list for My Hero Ultra Rumble Season 15. This, for those who skipped at the end, you know, just So you can see my final results with me yapping. But yeah, that's about it. I'll probably do another one around season 16. But with that all being said, hope you enjoyed today's video. Love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye 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 bye.